Good morning everyone, Philip from Black Bull Markets here. Hope you guys are all doing well. Just want to make a quick video for you guys. So a lot of people have been asking me, a lot of people, it's also a very commonly asked question is how to spot support and resistance zones, or what to look for when you look for specific areas as to where the market could potentially turn around or sort of stop and change direction. So I thought I'll make a video for you guys. I'll just take you guys through what I look for personally when I look for areas of potential support and resistance, what to spot for, and what to sort of just in general what to look for when you are looking for an area to either place stop losses, take potential trades, or in general just have an idea of where the market is. So I thought we'll just go through a couple of charts, just random charts, just select charts randomly and then look for support and resistance areas together and see if we can spot any. So this is I just want to show you guys. So yeah, like I said, random charts. I'll take you through it, and we'll just look for all these zones and see what the outcome was. So we'll dive into it. So here we got the euro US dollar. So you can see here, just interesting, we had this head and shoulders pattern here that went down. So and actually hit a support area. So first of all, we can see that this was a support area. I'll use this just a horizontal line just to draw it for you guys. So you can see here that was a low at the moment, so you can see it has made that wick there. So what I basically look for is just usually the low is obviously the most relevant support area at the moment. So you can see, and then we had that high as well. But for sort of intermediate, so for me, I would use this as a zone. So this, for me, it would be the range of the market that I would expect it to move in. So usually you can start from a higher time frame that we could look for. So at the moment, let me just get rid of this. So you can see we've had that high over here, sorry, this low, which was a very good area for movement. And then we've also had this sort of very supportive resistance area. So you can see here we've had, the reason why I put it here is I'll quickly show you why. So we've had all these sort of bases of the candle, so that is a very strong indication that is a strong level. So you can see sort of the candle closed and open there, and this wick got quite close to it. You can see again a candle close, candle open, candle quite close again, another candle open which was quite close to that, and then that wick also coming there for the candle close. And you can see the market moved up past this level and came back down and actually used that again as a resistance zone. We do have another wick touch here, and you can see this area which also caused it to be a bit of resistance. So that is also a good place for me to put this this level. So moving on to a lower time frame, so moving on to the to the 4 hourly, you can see here we've got this sort of consolidating sideways from the daily as well. You can see this is the section we're looking at right over here. So going down to the 4 hourly, that is a section, just get rid of that square. So we have obviously that low of hours, but we can see it has not quite reached it yet. It has created this almost sort of a higher low. So we'll take a support line and draw it here. Just double click on it so we can move it later. So you can see we've had a couple of wicks come close. There's a wick touch over here, so we can actually move it a little bit further down over here. And then again we have got another section right over there where we use that as a resistance coming close to that wick, so we can I would leave it there just because of that wick touch. So that is a very good area for support. Moving up further to our, let's now look for another consolidation or another resistance area. So I would put it, I would say right about here, maybe a little bit higher. So you can see here we've had the base of the candle close. So let's start from that side actually, from the far left. So we've had this wick touch here. We have had that sort of wick over there, and again we've got the base of the candle showing support, resistance. The candle has broken through, creating that long wick, but actually closed below it. So this is a very key area for us to continue this sort of consolidating in the zone. So this is what we could potentially be looking for. And now moving on to even so we try and tie to the zone. So this usually works quite well for consolidation, and it just gives you a good idea of how the market would move, or what to sort of wait for before you look for any potential moves in a market. So we have got, so I'll quickly, now we've got this section over here. So you can see we can actually draw it a little bit lower, I would say right over here. So we do have a bit of resistance here with that wick also there. We've got a base of the candle closing on this line, try to break through again, managed to close just on that line. Again, we've had a try to break through, closed again, couple of wick touches, and again here we've got some resistance where the market failed to close above that level. Again, we've got the similar part here. We did have that breakthrough, but it did come back hitting that resistance we had up here. Again, we've got that try, the market trying to break through, closing just below it. Again, another try, closing quite far below it, and then again we've got that similar candle close just below that level. Another trying to break out, but then again moving further back down to our support over here. And then again we've got those wick touches over here, and another wick touch, and you can see market again tried to break above it but closed just below it. Again similar, tried to break above it but didn't actually quite reach above it, just went just below that resistance area and continues to move further downwards. Now again we have a support over here as well. So you can see here we've had that previous sort of breakout. We can actually move it a little bit lower on the base of those candles. So you can see a candle closed just above it, again trying to break out, closing above, trying to break out below it and closing well above. Over here we do have a bit of a wick touch, sort of candle bases here, again trying to break through, closing just on that level. Here it offered another breakthrough, trying to close, it just went straight back up again. So here we've got another wick touch, and now it looks like we have a similar wick touch over here, so offering very strong support. Let's move on to the hourly. So these are, if you were to scalp, this is also a very good method of using it to scalp. I'll quickly show here on the 4 hourly what could be also a very good indication that the market will make a move to the downside. So you can see here we've had this support area. I'll just draw it with a square, this nice little zone over here. We actually had the market break through quite strongly, created that candle over there, and then broke through back strongly again. So this right over here could actually be an indication that the market could turn around. I know some people who do use this as a trade. I myself use this as a scalping trade. So when I do occasionally scalp, I would look for it on the lower time frames, usually the 30-minute to the 5-minute. I would look for this sort of similar pattern, a strong break and a comes straight back into it, and that usually indicates a market move in the opposite direction. And then again, so you can see that has happened, obviously. And then we've moved further to the downside. So coming down to the 4 hourly, we have that head and shoulders pattern over here, and then market has moved now. So we can see what potentially happens over here. See if this market does move further up. We can use these shoulders as a potential area for resistance. You can see we've had a bit of a touch here previously. Obviously that shoulder tried to break through, didn't quite make it, and we've had this shoulder reaching up to here as well. So let's see what happens. If it does consolidate in here, we will just prove that theory of ours. So let's just find another random chart. We'll go with let's go gold. Gold has been quite interesting. So we have a lot of our big traders are actually trading gold at the moment, as it is moving quite nicely. So let me quickly show you what we have here. So we'll just get rid of everything here. I'll just put on my default settings, make sure it's all the way over here. Okay, so let's have a look. So we can, first of all, we see the high. Let's start on the daily actually. We have this low over here. We have another strong support right over here. We can see it's actually broken through right now. So the support we can see quite close, but not quite there. A bit of a wick, these wicks touching. The bases of the candles broke through, not quite. And again, bases of the candles, we can see a bit of a candle base over there, and again, sort of a support area over there. So we've broken through this at the moment, so we'll see what does happen. Moving on to the 4 hourly chart, we can see it is this section right over here. We've had that false breakout again. So like I showed you previously, we had that move and move further to the downside. So indication, don't always take this trade, so always make sure you plot out your resistance areas. So we've had this zone here which turned from resistance to support. So we do know the market had quite a chance that it would most likely not continue further, as we do have quite a strong support zone, a possible support zone here. So as you can see, it turned from, zoom out a bit for you, it turned from resistance to support, so it is very unlikely that the market would have continued further down. And you can see it has now offered a previous support there, so we'll see what happens here if it does offer a support, and we could possibly move further to the upside. Obviously keeping in account this section over here, the base of that candle, and obviously that wick touch over there. So we'll see what happens. Move on to the hourly time frame. Quite similar to the 4 hourly, not much to happen. Quite a smooth running chart at the moment, so possible consolidation between these lines as they are quite close. So I found if two of the lines are quite close, like we have up here or even down here, the markets do tend, as you can see here previously, tend to consolidate until it gives us a strong breakout. Sometimes, unfortunately, false breakouts, but that is what our risk management is for. So we could possibly see a consolidation in the zone, and we'll see what happens from there. Now let's move on to another chart. Let's pick a random one. We will just go with something we haven't looked at recently from our market updates. Just pick a random chart. Let's see what Theresa May is doing for us. Let's go pound dollar. We didn't look at pound dollar recently, but it's okay. We want to see what the market says about Theresa May. Let's see what we got here. So we have the daily. So pound is obviously not looking strong at all. So we have this bottom that was broken very strongly. Actually, we had a bit of a retest with that wick candle, not quite close. So we'll see what happens, but nonetheless, the market is looking very, very bearish. Anyways, but we'll move on to our support and resistance area. So obviously I chose this one for the wick over here. Again, base of the candles. Here, a bit of support, bit of resistance. There, a false breakout, bit of wick touches over there. So we can expect, we had a bit of a consolidation now with this breakout. So we'll see it could possibly come to retest the zone. Moving on to the 4 hourly. Clear breakout. So I mean, there's not much in sight for it. If it does break this, we will see what happens. It is that wick offered a bit of support, so we'll see what happens here. Obviously the close of that candle quite close to the top of that wick, so we'll see. We could possibly have a retest and see what happens, maybe a consolidation, but this was, unfortunately for me, this was a missed trade, so I would not look at trading it now. If you feel lucky, why not? But yeah, so not much for this. Obviously we have our lows. Just interesting for the weekly, we can see here bit of a false breakout, base of the candle, very extreme wick movement over here. But yeah, so again, gold moving quite strongly, so not a lot of zones. Like I said, possible retest. So let's move on to, let's see if we can find a currency that is sort of ranging in a zone and has a lot of support and resistance areas. We've looked at Euro Aussie, have we? Euro, no, we haven't. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can figure out here. So we'll clear this again, go to the my default settings, go into the daily. We can see already a very nice area of support. Let's plot out the tops and the bottoms though first. So we have the basic candles we can put right over here using that wick as well, as much touches as we can usually. We've got that low, so we've had a bit of a higher low, so we'll see what happens. But that higher low is actually in a correlation to, or matches up to that base, these base of the candles over here. So this, I would say, would be a potential zone if the market was to move in it. So we'll just draw a square over here. So if I would say if markets come back to the zone, we could see a possible consolidation within these two parallel lines. Now obviously, moving on, we have this section right over here where these candles have offered us a bit of support here. Breakout obviously closed just above it. Bit of support here. We had that gap above. Again, resistance, and now we have a couple of resistance where the market tried to break out. We've had these candle bases over here, came back to retest that zone, and now obviously we have this section right over here. So this could be a possible move to the downside. I would say look for this zone over here. Obviously we have not a very strong one, but we do have support over here, so we could see a possible movement inside of this section. This retest was a retest of the zone, so we could see we had, actually we used this line, we had this sort of consolidating area right over here. So if this candle closes above here, we could possibly expect more consolidation in the zone. You can see this this was a test of that zone, so we'll see what happens. So a lot of zones to see possible consolidation. So usually in a trade, when you want to look for a nice long swing move, if you're a swing trader, I usually look for movements where there's a big space for the market to move in, so not any recent resistance areas. So for example, if it broke above here, we have, I would say, that high over there, not a lot of resistance here. It was pretty much just this section, not really. So this is the only strong resistance coming up. So I would say if it broke above, we could look for a very strong possible move to this top side. You can see maybe a move down here. This is obviously the daily, so it could take you a couple of days, unlike it did here, where it took only 3 days, especially this one day where it made a very quick move. So if it does happen, hopefully you're lucky and get a nice move like this. So a nice, quick, stress-free swing trade. But yeah, that's usually what I look for. These big gaps over here where the market has got a lot of momentum or a lot of space to sort of breathe and move. Usually this is not really the area where you want to trade in. So I would wait for these sections to break out first. Now let's find another one. We'll do the last one now. So don't want to make this video too long, but we'll just go with Brent as well. Just go default. Brent is very consolidating, so we'll go here on the daily. Again, a very strong downtrend. Maybe the weekly offers us some better insight. No. So Brent is very strong, as we know, is correcting quite strongly. We did a bit of Elliott wave analysis on it recently as well, so have a look at that previous market update we did. But moving on, we have this zone right over here that we could have looked for. You can see they had this resistance area again, wick touches, another wick touch, try to break through. You can see that sort of a gap from here all the way to just below that resistance area. A couple of support sections, a retest. So not a lot. So you see, this would be a very ideal trade. We had that. Let me just get rid of this. We had that sort of area of resistance again, turn to support. This nice move over here, and you can see we have very big sections where this market could move in. So you can see once it breaks these, unfortunately here was a bit of a false breakout, but other than that, you can see we did a bit of analysis explaining this area. So I believe we had a trend line drawn. I can't remember if it was on this section, but anyways, so what we looked for is these, like I said, what I look for is these big moves. So you can see it broke past, nice big space for the market to move in. Couple of dollars move for Brent, so that was very nice. Again, we retest the zone. I would not have traded this zone. As you can see, it was quite the previous history was a little bit messy, but if you wanted to trade this section, it actually would have been quite nice on the monthly, or actually, yeah. So you can see on the monthly, it made sort of that section I talked about. That candle did close quite badly. So we'll go on the weekly. Quick move to the upside, broke back through that zone. So that's sort of that false breakout or fake out, if you want to call it that way. And we had that close just below that. I would say possibly here. Filled a wick as well. We can potentially talk about filling wicks later in some other videos, but we can see that closed below that zone, and it made a nice strong move and just continued to move further downwards with a lot of strength. So at the current moment, like I mentioned in our previous market update, we have this retest of the zone. So I'll go back to the daily. You can see we've had that support, and now it looks like it turned into a potential resistance area. We can use that low that we've had over here as a potential consolidation area. So we just draw this over here using the base of those candles, as it is quite a strong indication. We've got that wick just touching, not touching it. So I would say this area is a very strong consolidating zone. So every time the market comes to this, we could look for potential consolidation until it just makes a thorough breakthrough like we've had over here. That could potentially almost, I would say, break the curse of the consolidating zone. So we'll see what happens with that. So but yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I don't want to make it too long. It's about a 20-minute video, so I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys do have any further questions, or you want to know how to further spot or learn how to spot these zones, or what I personally look for, please do let us know. You can send us an email, come on live chat saying hey, can you guys, I would like to have a chat with you guys, and we'll absolutely say yes. We will exchange contact details, we'll get back to you, and we can definitely discuss the market. We look forward to seeing or hearing from you guys, so it's always great to help out people who who are really interested in making a success out of trading. So I'm always happy to help. Like I said, if you guys want to get in contact with us, please do so. Our contact details will be provided down below in the description of the video, or you can contact us via live chat. You just go to blackbullmarkets.com. There's a little green button at the top of the screen that says live chat. Click on that and our team will be there for you. Sometimes I'm on there as well, helping out. And also, if you guys want to email us or prefer to contact us over the weekend, please feel free to do so at support@blackbullmarkets.com. That's our email address, so support@blackbullmarkets.com. Send us an email and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Alright guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. Hope it does help out. I really do hope these videos help especially the new traders. That is also insightful for our more experienced traders. So I've been told from them as well. But like I said, hope you guys enjoyed it. And from everyone here at Black Bull Markets, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week and safe trading.